Hi everyone, this is Nick. I like to have a rule that Jacob doesn't leave his bedroom before 6 a.m. But recently he's been waking up at like 5:30.
5:30 a push.
Yeah, and it's really sweet. He'll come to his little gate and he goes, "Mummy."
Oh, mummy.
Daddy.
Papa.
If it's 6 o'clock, we tend to either, one of us will bring him downstairs for a bit of quiet time down here, let the other one sleep, or we'll bring him into the bed, and he likes to bring a book with him, doesn't he?
First week was a weaning week.
Yeah.
So this is almost the end of a
And I was trying to give him Angel Light that's got milk in it.
Yeah.
I kept messing up.
And then he tried doing it with the hemp seed milk, which is
disgusting. Don't make Angel Delight with hemp milk.
Yeah.
His skin, his hands and his feet continue to be a problem when it comes to eczema. We have had to continue using steroid cream, but we're yet to see the results of taking him off dairy. The one problem we were concerned about is his
molluscum contagioso.
That thing. It's the virus that gives them these like warts. And Jacob had just a couple, but now it's like loads all down his side, up his arm. They've been going for the last month or so, but it's a slow process. I thought it was going to be a lot faster, but he still seems to be getting new ones while the other ones are kind of disappearing. So at least they're going, but it is a lot slower than I had anticipated. He does it really well independently when he wants to, and it's just trying to encourage him to get back to that point. So Nick bought a reward chart for him which had little magnet stars. I was convinced it would not work for Jacob because he's too young to understand, but after about 3 days of us being like, "Oh daddy, you brushed your teeth, here's a star," and all that kind of behaviour, he started to get it. And I think currently he has about 5 or 6 stars on his chart, doesn't he?
He got it. He started really enjoying it. He started brushing his teeth to get his star.
Yeah.
Then he started trying to eat the magnetic stars.
Yeah, that wasn't good.
Which, magnets are terrible for children to eat.
Yeah, don't eat magnets.
But I think that these ones maybe aren't as bad because they're like they're
But
flexible.
still, we didn't let him eat them.
Nevertheless, we didn't want to let him eat.
Yeah,
eat them
so we
at
got
all.
the stickers instead, and that worked fine.
Oh, well done.
Good.
Well done, Jakey. Well done. Brush your teeth.
Oh, he's got a star.
Yeah.
1, 2 stars.
Okay, so following your toothbrushing, let's talk about his eating habits. Jacob's always been a great eater, but again, like with everything, he's been a bit tricky recently with his food.
Maybe he just wants his dessert.
Yeah, he loves his dessert. He'll eat meat as well. He's a bit of a carnivore.
So we could put cheese, like breadsticks, which he loves, and some chicken, which he also loves, and then we can put a bit of ketchup there, and he'll just eat the ketchup.
He'll fork out the ketchup, literally.
Yeah,
just
and then he'll be
nothing
like,
else.
"Where's my dessert?"
Can I just say here, we buy the no salt, no added salt, no added sugar ketchup. He's making it sound like we just feed him terrible junk food. That's not the case. He has a little bit of ketchup and he does chow down on that.
He loves it.
He does have salty little like cheese biscuits. He enjoys those. And he does occasionally have a few crisps, but we're not like huge junk food parents.
So we give him a very varied diet.
And also we do the multivitamins as well to make sure he's getting everything he needs. Because he's a big lad. He's not small.
He's a big lad.
He's in 2 to 3 clothes and has been for months. He's got a humongous head. He's on like the 100th percentile for a head size.
Head's ginormous.
Head's ginormous.
It's ginormous.
And he's like the size of a 3-year-old. He's 15 kilograms in weight. He's huge. We have always given him a real variety of toys, and
It's getting less variety now, though,
it's
right?
the only thing
If it's
he
not got
wants to
wheels,
play with.
it's not getting in the house.
Is wheels, yeah. So Nick bought him a pack of Hot Wheel cars, and I think it was what, like 15 in a pack initially, something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then subsequently you've bought maybe 4 more packs or something.
He's
like
got
that.
more than 50 Hot Wheel cars
Yeah.
now.
Not that we can find them all,
No.
because he literally likes to find any nook and cranny, any space he can slot these cars, and we have some idea where some of them are. Some are inside a speaker that we can't get access to. I think some are inside the couch that we also probably are never going to see again. Probably somewhere in the garden somewhere. But where a majority of these cars have gone, I've got no idea. We've got a track set up at the moment. You can maybe see it behind us. We do occasionally use the tracks with a Hot Wheel, but mostly he just likes to have them. He'll have them when he's having a bottle, he'll have them when he's eating his food, he'll have them watching TV. He uses it almost like a comfort.
Once, didn't he?
Yeah.
He had his dummy, his little monkey in one hand and a little car in the other hand.
It's very sweet.
And then he'll drive it around you going boop, boop, boop,
Yeah.
boop, boop, boop.
He also really likes, I think as most kids do, diggers and tractors as well. And he calls it Diggy, doesn't he? It's very sweet. Diggy. So being a big lad, he has been quite physical for quite a while. And I feel like recently his climbing has kind of gone to the next level. You literally will turn around for a second, he'll be up on the actual windowsill. He can now get up onto our big table, can't he? And it's quite skillful, some of his climbing manoeuvres. He sometimes still struggles to get up on our bed, but feels very triumphant when he does get up, doesn't he? He likes you to launch him, doesn't he?
Yeah, he likes a foot up.
Yeah.
Doesn't he?
I think he likes, he's kind of very physical, he likes a lot
He's
of
very
rough
physical.
play as well. And I think as soon as we can get him down to the climbing centre on those indoor walls, I think he's going to love that.
Buzz in.
Buzz in. He likes to, when I'm doing my makeup, he's quite interested in that. I think because it's lots of little fiddly things and things that open and close. He really likes little boxes and containers. And so often if I'm doing my makeup or my hair, he'll come over and get his hands into things, and he likes kind of brushing his face with the stuff, and he'll take my deodorant. He doesn't understand it, but he puts the deodorant to his neck and I just go shh, shh, and he thinks it's hilarious. So that's really sweet. Jacob, from being like 10 days old, had horrendous cradle cap, didn't he?
Down to his eyebrows.
Down to his eyebrows, poor little sausage. Like the flakes were so big and so deep that it looked like almost painful, and he would constantly scratch at his head and his face and stuff. It was really awful. Lost all his hair, but now he's got a really good head of hair, but still 20 months on, if you look into his hair, like pull it apart, you'll find his scalp was still covered in this thick layer of cradle cap. However, about 2-3 weeks ago, once we started this dairy-free diet, it might be a coincidence, but we did start to feel that the cradle cap was coming loose, and so we decided to try and help it along a little bit by just basically combing it out.
There's still little bits that are in there that we still need to get out and wash a bit more.
Yeah.
But we washed his hair a bit and we combed it through a lot.
We have been using throughout the cradle cap shampoo, which I do recommend. Obviously it doesn't cure it, but I do feel it kind of helped. Anyway, he's got a great head of hair, so that's a good sign. When did he get his first words? I think it was like a year old.
So I think it really depends on what you
Consider his first word.
consider his first words.
Because like more was kind of the first real communication. If he's finished what he's eating, he might point at the fridge and go, more.
Well, he'd point at food sometimes, wouldn't he? And just
say more.
More.
Yeah, even if he's not had any yet, he still asks for more. Since like 1 year old up until now, there have been times where he's had words. It's like we've had duck and we've had car and we've had apple and all these kinds of words. But it's like he'll say them a couple of times and then they just don't come back. The only things that are solid is ball. He says mummy and dada. But apart from that, I don't feel like he's progressing with his talking. And I know particularly it's something you're really concerned about, like having this kind of speech delay. And I keep saying, no, it's fine. He'll develop in his own time, because I hear stories of people saying that their kid didn't talk until they were 2 and then it all came out. But it is a little bit concerning, especially when you see other children around the same age and they're like chattering away, and Jacob's, he just is quite non-verbal, isn't he? He'll point to things and be like, "Burr."
What is it? What is it? What is it? What is it?
Bird.
What is it? It's a bird, isn't it?
We know he knows a lot, because when we're reading to him, you'll say, "Where's the snake?" and "Where's the car?" And he'll point everything out.
I think he knows probably onwards to 200 words.
Yeah, he seems to know a lot, and you can talk to him in full sentences, give him instructions, and he'll go and do it first time. I mean, not like put all your toys away, that would be nice, or come and brush your teeth.
I mean, arguably he does.
Well, he knows what we're saying.
You say time to brush your teeth, and he'll run into his bedroom.
Yeah, run away. So we know that he has the comprehension and he understands the vocabulary. He just doesn't seem to have the desire to actually vocalise very often. Hopefully it will happen soon. We took his dummy away to try and help with his talking. He still has it when he sleeps, but he doesn't have it during the day.
Things he's emotionally attached to, he will talk about. So
he says digger. He does have digger. Like I think we mentioned that earlier. It's diggy diggy. He says that a lot.
Yeah. So
maybe it's an emotional thing. I don't know. But he does say go is his new fun word, because that's a command that he gives to us. He likes us to pick him up, and he'll go and go.
Again, he got it from us accelerating in the car.
Yeah.
Which he sometimes would laugh at and he would enjoy, and then he starts learning, okay, when you're at the lights and you've stopped, the next thing you do is say go. And he brought that into everyday life.
What are you doing? You're stabbing me. Ow! 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 Ouchie! What is it? It's a cat. Well done, Jacob. It's a cat.
So obviously we're in lockdown situation at the moment, so it's tricky having Jacob home 24/7. We do try and get him out every day, if not twice a day, weather dependent, just because he's got so much energy. And it's for our sanity as well as his, just to get him...
Yeah, just push him out the door.
See you later, Jakey. No, just to get him out, a bit of a change of scenery, get some fresh air, because I feel like it helps him sleep. He has this obsession with water. So I prefer to let Daddy take him to places that have ponds or rivers or lakes, because like all the other children that I know of will go to the water and they'll stand there and they'll look at the water and be like, oh, water. Jacob wants to get in the water. Like you literally have to hold him back. It's like he's got no concept. If he goes over the edge, he's going to like plunge into the ocean, or not the ocean, into the water.
Even if you let him paddle in, he'll just go deeper and then he'll sit down in it.
Yeah, he doesn't care.
Right,
and his other obsession is stones.
Yeah.
I don't know, he's just obsessed with stones. He likes to get as many as he can, and then he'll have his hands full, and he will not for the life of him let go until he decides he wants to throw them, which is usually throwing them in the water. Poor ducks.
Or if he finds a bigger stone, a better stone, he'll trade it.
Yeah. So if you're going down like a gravelly path, then it's going to take you forever to get down there, because he's just going to spend the whole time.
You get to the end and he's got like big dirty patches on his front where he's been trying to hold his
all these stones. Yeah. His naps are fantastic. Straight after lunch we put him down for his one nap, and he'll pretty much... We'll take him upstairs, he'll get his dummy and his little monkey comforter, or his car, whatever he's got for that day. and he'll go straight to bed. We don't read him a story or anything, lights off. We have the white noise playing, which is at the moment a train sound, and he will be asleep within 5 minutes. And he'll normally sleep between an hour to 2.5 hours, which is, it's so easy. It's so easy, it really.
And you even say to him, right, come on, let's go upstairs.
Yeah, and we just go. And sometimes I think he's never going to go to sleep today. He's so energized, like it's not going to happen, and he'll just out like a light. Bedtimes, however, are slightly different. We take him up at about 6:30, 7 o'clock with a bottle of milk. Obviously now it's not cow's milk, but oat milk. He'll have his milk. We'll sometimes give him a bath or just do his toothbrushing and washing afterwards. We go and read stories, we try and chill out, and he will take like an hour to an hour and a half to go to bed. It's like he just becomes this crazy kid, gets possessed with all this energy, starts throwing himself around, using you as a climbing frame.
Now, I have a theory. Wakes up at 6, has his morning, goes to bed at 12. So he's up for 6 hours and he goes to bed with a full stomach. He then gets up at 2 and we put him down at 7. So he's been up maybe 7:15, 7:30. He's been up for 5 hours. And sometimes, and often, he'll get up closer to 3. So even if he doesn't go to sleep until 8 o'clock, that's still only 5 hours that he's been awake for.
It's the midday nap, but the midday nap it's the only time in the day when we've got any kind of energy and it's still light, where you've got that guaranteed time. So if he's sleeping, you kind of don't want to wake him up. You're like, I just gotta get a few more things done. It's quite difficult.
Bit of a godsend.
But so overall, beyond that, once he does go to sleep, he generally is sleeping through. Occasionally we'll have a little wake up, whether he's lost his dummy or he just wants a cuddle. But we're rarely kind of having those horrendous nights anymore, just on occasion. So that's pretty good. So all that's really left to talk about is Jacob's behavioural issues. That makes me sound really bad. Yeah. No, Jacob has, he's always been, I would say, quite an intense child. But actually, when I hear stories of other people's kids at this age, he wasn't really having full-blown tantrums. We could see him starting a tantrum and we were always very good at the distraction technique. But about a week ago, we had a full-blown, out of the blue, screaming tantrum. And guess what he was tantruming over?
Yeah, those extra 10 cars.
Those cars. We tried to take him away from the cars to give him some dinner, and he just absolutely had a meltdown. And we've had these little episodes quite a few times since. So our tactic at the moment is just to allow him to get that initial anger out. Just give him some space. I did put him by the bottom step of the stairs, just try and kind of remove him from his play area, just to have some time out. I might do like a timeout zone. Not a naughty step, I don't want to give him a naughty step, but maybe a timeout step or something. And then once he's calmed down a little bit, we always offer him a cuddle, and he'll always come in for a cuddle, even if he's been really angry with us. So that's just how we're going to try and deal with it. But anyway, that's Jacob, 20 months old, and I guess the next big milestone is 2, so I guess that's probably where we're going to update you. Although, once Jacob turns 2, we are going to be so close to having our second baby, so who knows what our upload schedule will be around that time. Love to hear from you, love to hear on anything you've got to add to what we've discussed or what your kid was doing by 20 months. We shouldn't compare because I think that makes us a bit anxious, but it is always good to kind of know.
Well, here are a few examples where people found something helped.
Yeah. All we can do is just share our experiences. Okay, thanks for joining us. Hopefully see you again in another video. Thank you. Bye. Cuddle instead. Give Daddy a big kiss. Big
kiss for Daddy. A dummy kiss. Dummy kiss.
Oh.